You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Atepu, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Haru Nefer. This is Kasankma Keparu with another video for you. And in this video, we're going to be talking about an important subject, why manifesting your reality is dangerous. Okay, but before I get into that subject matter, I want you to hit the like button on this video at the very below. And if this is your first time watching, welcome. Subscribe to my channel for more videos of this kind. And consider becoming a Patreon supporter, because when you become a Patreon supporter, you get exclusive classes like tarot classes, I Ching classes, and reality manifestation classes. All right, so let's get into this topic of creating your reality is very dangerous. Now, we're going to go deep down a rabbit hole. Are you prepared to go where no one has gone before? I want you to understand something. There are a lot of people on the internet who have all of these subscribers and all of these views, and they're talking about 5D and manifesting reality and how wonderful it is. Well, let me give you my personal experience behind this subject matter. It was not a good experience. In fact, a lot of these so-called gurus or individuals who are talking about manifesting reality don't know what the hell they're talking about. Again, I'm going to keep this 100 with you. Keep it real. They're just BSing you. And I don't mean belief system, but that's kind of like what it is. But they're BSing you. They're just regurgitating information that they've got off of other videos or that they've heard from New Age conferences or New Age books. And now they come out there and talk about, yes, manifesting a reality is wonderful. You can live a full and abundant life and da-da-da. Well, let me explain something to you so you understand. Those of us who are practicing magi's out there, we look at things from a very, very serious and different perspective, because magic is tailored to the individual, and it's also done by experimentation. I've said many times in my videos that you can't take a spell or a certain ritual and just adapt it as your own. Yes, sometimes you can, but that doesn't all the time work, because everybody harbors a different belief system. And they don't have the same degree of faith. Because those with stronger amount of faith, as Michael Talbot said in his book, The Holographic Universe, have an easier time manifesting a holographic experience. But you get these con artists, cult leaders, gurus, whatever, who come out there and they make it seem like, oh, life is so pleasant. You live in this world, you can manifest anything, it's all groovy, it's all good. No, it's not. Now, I'm not going to put some scare tactics on you, but I'm going to tell you the reality of something. If I were to teach you how to manifest a reality without getting you through the spiritual path first, so that you can ascend to a different dimension of thinking, what's going to happen when you learn to manifest a new reality? All the junk that's trapped in your psyche, which we call the shadow self, will start to manifest. And because you have not learned how to control and direct manifestation, which is the second level, you will start manifesting all manner of debauchery, of evil circumstances, things that you don't want. That's why there is spirituality. I remember when I went to the high priest I was learning from, and he had mentioned in a lecture a book where he learned some magical techniques, and it was a very, very high level book. So I went out there, I searched, I had to order from an Indian bookstore and got the book, and I showed it to him. I said, listen, I got that book you're talking about. He said, well, don't mess with this, it'll burn your fingers off. And he was so right, because I wasn't ready for it. So we all want the power to manifest, but we don't want to clear the junk that's in our psyche first. The other thing is, we already manifest. If you look around you, everything is a manifestation of your power. You see, the way the world is, this is the deal. We as a collective called humanity have a consciousness that resides over us. And it is that consciousness that is manufacturing the reality that we see before us, what we call as the MCU, the Mass Collective Agreement. Actually, MCA, I'm sorry, MCU is Marvel. Anyway, but you get the point. It is that collective agreement between all of us, an unsaid agreement that we are having this experience. So you're manifesting. You're manifesting. But the trick is to learn to control it and direct it so that everything you see aligns to your wishes and your dreams. That's when it becomes beautiful, because it's part and parcel of becoming spiritual. When you are on that spiritual journey and you are going through the cleansing process, when you're going through adapting new belief systems that align with truth, would align with Ma'at, and then you reach that second level of learning to control your manifestation, then you are a master magi. But until you do that, and you start messing around in the occult, you start doing some rituals, you start getting some herbs and crystals and stones, you start manifesting, and then all wayward, backward things start happening in your life, and then you wonder why. When you are in this initiation process, and we call it the initiation process for a reason, you will start to open psychic centers. And when you start to open those psychic centers, things start to come out and things start to manifest. And there's a law of karma. The Hermetic principle of correspondence, Hermes Trismegistus, which the law of correspondence is like attracts like. Now, fortunately, what is in your shadow self doesn't always come out. But if you are skipping the steps to become a master magi and just trying to learn how to manifest, and you open those psychic centers, then whatever you are about, you will attract. If you have fears, for example, many women have fear of being raped. Well, that fear sometimes comes to fruition. It manifests. Some individuals have fear that their wives will divorce them. And that happens, they get divorced. But why did that happen? Because you have not learned how to put yourself in check. This is why we study the art of Meneben Anken Ma'at, keeping the heart still to live truth. This is also why we do not violate Tahuti's law. You don't assign a definition or label or a belief to something. Life is essentially meaningless. Nothing, as Tahuti says, nothing has a quality in and of itself. This cup of tea, I may like it, but another individual might despise it. Another individual may have an allergic reaction to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So essentially, it's really neutral. But you don't know that. You see, you don't know that because you're such in a hurry just to manifest. So therefore, what do you bring to the table? You bring to the table all your fears, your subversive desires. All of that baggage you bring to the table. And if you open those centers, those psychic centers, it's going to come out. And because there's only the one, and you're Neo, and the secret to that is not that Neo's the one, but there's only you having this fourth dimensional experience. Everyone else is nothing but an avatar, a representation of themselves. Because there's only one you. Who do you think that these bad things are going to affect? You, because you're living in a subjective experience. So what I'm saying to you, my beloveds, is that you're dealing with something that's far beyond you. So take the necessary steps to do it right. Stop listening to these bozos. Actually, Bozo the Clown was my favorite. But anyway, stop listening to these bozos who come along with the incense in the air. Oh, beautiful peace. Yes, you must learn to manifest 5D manifestation. It will be wonderful. When I learned to manifest, it wasn't wonderful. I was manifesting craziness. And I was like, oh, right, I got to control this because this is like going out of control. And being the person that I am, the first thing I manifested was a harem of girls. And that was great, you know. But anyway, I digress. But in doing that, wink, wink, in doing that, I didn't understand that Ma'at principle of balance. So here I was, this Mac Daddy with all these women, but yet I couldn't have a serious, good, stable relationship. Why? Because there were things trapped in me that I didn't deal with. So every woman that came across was not interested in having a relationship with me. They just want to use me for sex. I mean, that doesn't be a problem. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is you get the point of what I'm saying. Is that you think that you can be the same person and then manifest things and your life is going to be groovy. It's going to be great. It is not. Some of us have all kinds of fears, dark desires, dark ambitions, hang-ups, trapped in our shadowed selves, and it needs to stay there. Believe me, it needs to stay there until you can cleanse yourself out. Then you move on to learn to manifesting and learning how to manifest. That's when life becomes amen, peace, wonderful. And you know why it becomes amen? Because amen is the no thingness. It is nothing, meaning that you have now subscribed to the idea that nothing has a quality in and of itself, and that you are no thing. You are immaterial. You are consciousness. Therefore, you cannot really like anything or dislike anything. And when the power within you is trying to reference something to manifest, and everything that it has trapped in your psyche, you now have not placed a label or definition upon it, then it can only manifest what you, Heru or Horus, will to manifest. But until you learn to do that, if you skip the process, you're going to manifest all kinds of dark things in your life. This is why a lot of us live messed up lives and we just don't know why. Oh, no, we know why. We blame it on the world. Because we think the world is screwed up. Oh, we just violated Tahuti again. Nothing has a quality in and of itself. And we also violated that concept of Neo, what I was telling you about. Because there really is no outside world, you see. You are projecting it. You are creating it. You are manifesting that fourth dimensional experience, that holographic experience. So you can't say the world is messed up. You can say, I'm messed up. I am messed up. Look at the world I have created. But there's a flip side to that. Look at how powerful I am. Now let me learn how to control this power. And then I'm going to bring a wonderful world into manifestation. I want to thank you for tuning into this broadcast. If you like this, remember to subscribe to my channel and think about becoming a Patreon supporter. Also, we have some free ebooks that you can subscribe to and download right now. It has some really good material. It talks a little bit about what I've just covered and much, much more. So until my next broadcast, this is Kasank Ma Keparu, son of Tahuti and Ma'at. And Ma'at is Heteru Hathor, goddess of love and joy. Until my next broadcast, Amun Ra.